Grab a couple of pizza pans and wooden dowels from the Dollar Tree. Apply black chalk paint to one side of the pizza pan. Turn the pan upside down and apply black chalk paint to the bottom side and then paint both sides of the other pan as well. Add stronghold glue to the end of one of the dowels and attach it to the border of the pan. Adhere another dowel to the opposite end of the pan. Place glue on the top of each of the dowels. Place and secure the other painted pan on top of the dowels and secure each of the dowels underneath the border of the pan. That's all you have to do to create this easy and stylish side table.
Start with 4 foam wreath rounds from Dollar Tree and paint them white with chalk paint or spray paint. Glue 3 of the foam wreath rounds together with hot glue. Take stone spray paint and cover a stack of 3 and a stack of 2 foam rounds. Take 2 wood hoops and 1 metal hoop. Spray paint them white. Then use the stone spray paint after. Take a pizza pan and paint it white. Let it dry. Then use the stone spray paint after. Attach the hoops together with hot glue to create a 3D sphere. Use wood beads and hot glue them to secure the attachment to the foam rounds. Place the sphere on the foam stack. Cut 2 crevices in the foam to place the metal hoop. Then secure with hot glue. Place the 2 leftover foam rounds on the back of the pizza pan and secure with hot glue. Use rope and hot glue to reinforce the placement of hoops around the circumference of the circle. There you have it, an inexpensive way to create your own modern faux stone side table for your home.
You'll want to pick up a pizza pan from the Dollar Tree and a few wooden hangers from Walmart. Using a hacksaw outfitted with a metal blade, I'm scoring the metal hanger part close to the wood, then snapping it right off. Now I'm removing the wooden bars along the bottom of the hangers by simply pulling on them, then prying them completely apart using a screwdriver. To join the hangers together, I'm using 4 small metal L brackets. I'm positioning a bracket off-center to the middle of the hanger with the L shape facing inwards. Because I don't want the wood to split, I'm drilling the start of a pilot hole with a very small drill bit, keeping the hole quite shallow. Now I'm positioning the bracket in place and screwing it to the hanger by using short drill pumps. Next, I'm joining 2 hangers together with another L bracket. Now I'm joining them together as one. I'm flipping the hangers over so the tips are sitting on the table. This time I'm attaching all the new brackets to the other half of the hanger tops so I don't run into the previous screws. Next, I'm penciling in pilot holes, drilling, then attaching another L bracket positioned so the part sticking up can connect to another hanger. Positioning them together, I'm attaching the hanger sets to each other. Since there's some play in the legs, I'm slightly adjusting them to accommodate a pizza pan on top. Removing the pan, I'm pre-drilling pilot holes into all 4 hanger tops. Now the pan is being placed on top of the legs, matching pan holes to the drill leg holes, then attaching them together with screws. And the result is a super versatile piece that doubles either as a plant stand or side table or whatever you wish. The metal top gives the piece an industrial vibe, which meshes so well with the wooden hanger legs.
Next time you're at Dollar Tree, head to their craft aisle and grab 10 floral foam rings, a pizza pan from the kitchen aisle. So to begin your project, you want to take some Gorilla Construction adhesive and you want to spread it around on one of the rings. Then you're going to take another ring and you're going to line up the edges and you're going to place it on top, making sure that it's completely centered. You're then going to continue this process working with all the rings, stacking them on top of each other with a layer of adhesive in between. Once you have all your rings stacked together and you do your very last ring, you just come in with a foam brush or a paintbrush and smooth out any of the construction adhesive that has oozed out in between the rings and just smooth it around. Then you're going to take your pizza pan and you can take any spray paint you want. I have an appliance epoxy and you're going to spray the pizza pan. While that is drying, I took some Mod Podge and I sprayed on the foam rings and then I rolled it in the dirt. I did this because I wanted one of those stone texture spray paints, but when I went to the craft aisle, the price of the stone spray paint was very expensive. So I thought I could recreate this on my own with a little bit of loose gravel and some Mod Podge. To get the desired color that I wanted, I then spray painted the entire thing with some modern mint in Rust-Oleum. So I spray painted a couple coats because it was seeping in through the gravel. So I did working in sections, so I would spray paint, let it dry, and then I would do a second coat because the gravel was soaking up a little bit of the paint. But this is a cheaper alternative than to using that expensive stone spray paint. Once it was dry, I took my construction adhesive again, and then I glued my pizza pan onto the top, making sure that it was centered, and I let this set and dry overnight. When completed, here is my gorgeous little side table for my porch. Upon completing my project, I did wish that I would use some more of the rings to give it a little bit more height, but for my porch, it did work okay. I just boosted it up on a little box, but I may come back in and add some more tubes just to make it a little bit higher. But I really hope that this project has inspired you to get creative with things that you can find at Dollar Tree to make an adorable modern side table for your porch. I love how it gives it almost this like concrete look on the floral tubes, but with a modern mint flair.
You're going to want to load up on some cheap dollar store hula hoops this summer after you see this fabulous entertaining hack. I'm laying down 6 21-inch hula hoops on some butcher block paper. Each hoop is getting spray painted in black. I applied several coats to ensure all areas were well covered. Since these hula hoops were covered in some kind of decorative tape, it required a little extra paint to cover the pattern, but it worked out great. I'm going to join 4 hoops to the first hoop, attaching evenly on all 4 sides. I'm attaching the first hoop loosely with a black zip tie, also from the dollar store. 3 more hula hoops are being attached to the first hula hoop, creating an even pattern of 5. A 6th hula hoop is being placed on top of an exterior hula hoop and attached with a zip tie on its left side only. Each hula hoop on each side is being positioned vertically, then attached to the top hoop to create a cube shape. Each zip tie is being trimmed off with scissors to clean the ends up. I'm attaching some lightweight twine to one side of the top hula hoop with double knots. Leaving the roll intact, I'm stringing the twine across the top hula hoop in random places to create a spiderweb effect. The twine is being wrapped twice around the hoop with each stop for added strength. Keeping the twine as tight as possible is the key. To end the twine, I'm leaving lots of extra twine before cutting it off the roll, then knotting and trimming the ends. Now I'm positioning the wood round onto the twine. And you now have yourself a stylish and affordable outdoor table that's lightweight enough to carry wherever you wish. Since it's weather resistant, this little outdoor table is perfect for a porch, patio, or even a lawn party. And who even knew hula hoops could look this chic? Thanks for watching Home Talk, and see you next time.